Humans are a creature of habit. While it's difficult to get into a habit, it's also difficult to get out of a habit. It's up to you to manipulate your mind into getting into the habit of going to the gym consistently. Once that is firmly sealed in your brain, it will stick with you for life. Habits emerge simply because our brain looks to conserve as much effort as possible. So now that we know that habit is integrated in our DNA, how can we manipulate it to go to the gym consistently? Charles Duhigg, the author of The Power of Habit, found that individuals who create good habits in certain areas of their life are often able to translate it into other areas quite easily. So with that knowledge, if you wanted to stay consistent with the gym but have struggled to do so, the best thing you could do is to become consistent with something else first. For example, start becoming consistent with eating a healthy breakfast every day. That's not as hard as exerting maximum physical energy, right? So let's say that you do this every day. It soon becomes part of who you are. Once you have successfully become consistent in one area of your life, you are ready to move on to the next. In this case, it's the gym. Hey, I was just giving some tips and some advice about going to the gym and being consistent. Do you have any advice?
Yeah, I do. Humans are creatures on habit. While it's difficult to get into a habit, it is also difficult to get out of a habit. It is up to you to manipulate your mind into getting into the habit of going to the gym consistently. Once that is firmly sealed into your brain, it will stick with you for life. Habits emerge simply because our brain looks to conserve so much effort as possible. So now that we know that habit is ingrained in our DNA, how can we manipulate it to go to the gym consistently?
Sounds like the habit loop. Should we talk a little bit about the habit loop?
Of course, let's go straight in the living room. We'll talk right now. Right, the cue for a habit can be anything that triggers the habit. Cues mostly generally fall under the following categories: a location, a time of day, other people, an emotional state, or immediate preceding actions. For example, every day at 2:30, someone could crave chocolate from the vending machine, or the smell from the coffee house downstairs compels someone to get a latte. As another example, the music from the roving ice cream truck is a very powerful cue. The cue tells the brain to go into automatic processing mode. It takes effort to resist the cue versus deriving satisfaction from the following the cue.
So next we'll talk about the routine. The routine is a habit that is the most obvious element. It's the behavior you basically wish to change, such as smoking a cigarette, biting your nails, or it can even be a reinforcement, such as wanting to take the stairs instead of the elevator, or drinking water instead of snacking.
And then we have the reward. The reward is the reason the brain decides the previous step as worth remembering for the future. The reward provides positive reinforcement for the desired behavior, making it more likely that you will produce the behavior again in the future. The reward can be anything from something tangible, for example, chocolate, something intangible, for example, a half hour of television, to something with no inherent value but what is given, for example, tokens.